Hello and welcome to another update video about FLOKI. Yeah, I don't think I've ever covered it here on the YouTube channel, but a few weeks ago I did cover it on X on Twitter. By the way, make sure that you follow the channel there as well on Twitter, because every weekend there is one video on a specific coin. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks ago it's been FLOKI, and I presented you a setup there. So just make sure that you follow the correct account. The one with the blue check mark, and we would never directly write to you on social media. There's a lot of additional stuff on here as well, additional content. But what I want to share with you is I presented to you a few weeks ago this setup, this fourth wave pullback, and highlighted to you that we could get one more high in wave 5. That's the assumption, as long as we're holding this support region. So basically the idea is for the price to use this support region as a jump off point for a fifth wave rally to the upside. And there are two wave counts I'm observing on the larger time frame. There is the white scenario in which I'm tracking an A, B, C structure. And the C wave is a 5-wave move. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, with one more high to come in wave 5. And this wave 5 was sort of my forecast. We're going to take a look at targets in a minute, but that's one wave count. So what happens after that top? Because I'm calling that ABC. Well, nobody knows. That's the problem with Elliott wave. If you have, not the problem with Elliott wave, but if Elliott wave tells us it could be an ABC structure, then yeah, I mean, if it's an ABC structure, then after a C wave top, it could literally be anything. It can form a larger ABC pattern, we say, okay, this turns into an A wave, then we get a deep B wave, and then we rally again, or it even goes to new all-time lows. That's the problem. However, there is also the yellow scenario, and that's more in line with what I track, for example, for Pepe as well, and what I, just looking at Bitcoin chart, which is just gone to 70K while I record this video. Okay, interesting. Wow. Anyway, with the Bitcoin chart, aligned with the Bitcoin chart, this additional 4-5 pattern, right? That would be ideal. Because if I have one count that doesn't tell me anything after a C wave top, and I've got another one that gives me something, that I'm focusing on the yellow count. In addition to that, it is actually aligned with the yellow scenario. With Bitcoin. Also, yellow scenario is, I'm completely confused now because Bitcoin has gone up. Not that we didn't expect it, but it's quite a bit of a jump. I just see that on the second screen. Anyway, no, sorry, the yellow count is more in line with the Bitcoin chart, so that makes sense. Okay, but where should the next wave up take us? So basically that means that this yellow third wave and the white C wave, they should take us higher both, okay? So at the moment, you could call it actually a mirror count. So they move together. So I don't need to distinguish at the moment between the yellow and the white scenarios. No, that will happen after the next pullback. Okay, but where should this move up take us? So there are a few ways how we can measure targets. The first one is we take the measurement of the initial move up that topped in 2023. Then we go to the low of this low in September. And then I'm looking for a few FIB extensions, okay? I'm looking for a few FIB extensions just to make sure I'm drawing them correctly. So I already have these on the chart, actually. It's this one, the 1.618 extension. Very common target for a C wave, but also a third wave at point 0.000036473. And then the next one above that is 48456. These are the ones that I see as very likely to be reached. I mean, further upside extensions possible. 200% extension also possible. Would not rule that out. But then the higher we go, the more likely it gets that it's actually the third wave, not the C wave. Okay, which is sort of in line with what I'm tracking anyway. So that gives us some higher level targets. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. And here you see this support zone on the chart. So this was our setup. Price rallied. I gave you that 1-2 setup, and then we sort of continue to move up. I don't know what exactly this is. I assume the fifth wave here of wave C of 3 is an ending diagonal. So we have 3 waves up in what would be wave 1. And then it's now tracking the third wave. For the third wave of the fifth wave, I would like the first ideal target to be reached. anyway, so 33416. It can always extend higher as well, but that is the first ideal target, the 1.38 fib extension. Yeah. And then if we now, however, get a pullback, then this is the support region between 18997 and 24775. This is the main support region. Ideally, though, before we get there, it pushes a little higher to complete the third, give me a viable third wave, then get the fourth wave, and then a fifth wave, which should reach probably like 2 fib levels higher than the third. And it depends on where the third tops. I mean, these are micro fib levels, okay? Ideally, they align with a larger degree fibs. So the third wave already gave you some targets, so there's some confluence here with that larger 1.618 extension. But yeah, for any more fine-grained outlook, again, we need first of all the third wave top. Then I will adjust the support area because this moves with the price. At the moment, it's here. I told you that. And only a break below it. A break below it will indicate that we are getting back into the lower support region. That's the main reason why I haven't taken it off the chart, because it could technically be that this was an A wave. This is a B wave rally and we come down in wave C. But that is only what I'm focusing on as soon as, or only when we break below this support, which is at the moment not happening. Okay, so even now there is not even a sign of a top in place in the third wave, which is great because I'd like it to get to the 1.38 extension. That's my update about FLOKI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.